Alright, here we have Russell. So above water, and I know we discussed this, and I saw that you're already working on it at the pool. When you're reaching forward on a lot of the strokes, your head was going underwater, and you're reaching very low. So when you reach forward and down. And I know you've since corrected that, but so you can see, what's going on here. What that does is it increases the amount of force you have to use to get through the water. It's just a bit of additional drag when you are pushing your head through the water. If you keep your head right on the surface, it's a little less drag, slightly more hydrodynamic. Body position is good. Your hips and legs are riding high in the water, so that's streamlined. And your stroke, your distance per stroke, or your power per stroke is actually pretty good as well. So the few corrections that we made is going to make a big difference in your time, because basically what we worked on was smoothing out your stroke or making you more hydrodynamic, which makes you faster with no additional effort. And then if you use additional effort, you'd be even quicker. And then from this angle, you can just see some of the sort of up-down motion that comes with driving that head underwater. Now your hips and legs are staying in the same tube or the same funnel as your upper body, so that's good. That means your hips and legs are remaining streamlined. Sometimes I see people in their hips and legs are really going side to side quite a bit, which causes a lot of extra drag. Your forward extension is good in the sense of where your arms are going to. You just don't want them to go quite as deep. But you're reaching pretty much directly in front of your shoulder, which is what you want to do. So here you could see just how deep some of your extensions were. Like your hand went 45-degree angle into the water. And what happens when you do that is that you just miss out on some of the water that you could otherwise grab or leverage to pull your body forward through the water by reaching, which you could do by reaching directly forward as opposed to forward and down. Your kick looks strong. Your kick looks like it's supporting your stroke timing well. If you're not kicking in workouts, it is something I recommend for everybody to have a decent kick, have a kick that supports a stroke, have a functional kick, but your kick looks pretty good. So if you were to do 4 to 6 times 50s of kicking at the beginning or in the middle of a workout, that should be enough. And here you just get a front angle. So it was really that right arm, for the most part, that was going a little too deep. The left wasn't quite as deep. Now here we've discussed eliminating the head motion or driving the head underwater by reaching directly forward. And I hope you can see the sort of big difference in what your stroke looks like and how much smoother it looks and less turbulent, basically. And just swimming smoother will make you faster. So this is a big difference. And the only change you made here is you're reaching forward instead of driving your hand down. And by doing that, it's keeping your head level for the most part.
Catch up drill. And you can see your legs are not having any problem.
And this one, I think we switched the focus to trying to get a good catch. So a lot of times when I'm looking at an underwater stroke, I discuss, the catch, the high elbow catch, is your elbow slipping and that sort of stuff. You were doing a decent job of catching. You could see that one little motion with your right arm or right hand at the beginning where you do a quick S. So you're going to want to eliminate that. You basically want to pull straight back. And that's what we're focusing on this one.
So here we're trying to work on...
so that it's just that extra movement that's not going to benefit you. It's not going to provide forward propulsion. Your catch mechanics are basically what I refer to as a straight arm, meaning there's very little angle or bend at the elbow relative from the side when viewed from the side. And what that high elbow catch does, it's for most people it's going to be the most powerful and the most effective way to swim. It just creates extra leverage. It's the best way to leverage yourself through the water, in the sense that your hand and forearm sort of anchor, and then you pull your body past that point. So drills, that'll be good for you. One arm drill, catch-up drill, doggy paddle drill. A bit of rotation. You know, there are some instances where I think you could do a little better job of rotating. That goes to streamlining and things like that. So sometimes when you practice, you might just think, okay, you know, really rotate to the left, extend my left shoulder really far forward and my right shoulder all the way back, you know, when I'm finishing the stroke. All right, some screenshots here so you can see this was pre-improvement or pre-lesson. So real deep reach, and then you glided forward and drove the head underwater. Then you start the catch, and then from this point you're getting a pretty strong pull. Forearm sort of rotating a little under your body. That uses more bicep than lats. If you can keep that forearm angled, keep the hand and forearm angled down relative to the bottom of the pool, it will use your lats more. The lat is a better position muscle for swimming for most people. So left arm, entering and then driving forward. You could maybe a little better rotation on the side here. All right, that's better. And then you start the catch. And you can see that's more or less a straight arm. So you want that forearm to be angled down. The upper arm would still be reaching forward, if that makes sense. So a couple things to work on.